Welcome to the Philippine Motor Show. This is Autofocus. I'm Ray Louis Gamboa. Here's a menu of some of our features on this edition of your electronic magazine, exclusive to the automobile and its industry.
Starting off with reviews from two vehicle models presently in the local market. A subcompact crossover from Kia, the Seltos 2.0 SX Automatic, and a mid-sized SUV from Chevrolet, the Trailblazer Phoenix. Plus, a feature-to-feature comparison of two subcompact crossovers, the Geely Coolray and the MG ZS. We'll have checking an engine light on Autopedia, and together with the latest news and developments in the local auto industry, we shall have the Isuzu Davao dealership groundbreaking as our special feature.
The next 60 minutes is all about the automobile. This is Autofocus, and we'll be right back after this short break.
Be part of the 2020-2021 Autofocus People's Choice Awards, the only nationwide poll to determine the country's most popular car brands and models. It's easy. Log on, then vote for as many as 5 different models that you believe should become the 2020-2021 Autofocus Automobile of the Year in separate standard and premium luxury categories. Vote every day until September 30, 2020. The Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Who will win? You choose, you decide. Vote now.
Live extra
with the new Mitsubishi Xpander Cross.
What do we go for? We go for experience. We go for excitement. We go for sport. We go for style. We go for fun. We go for the new Toyota Wigo.
Welcome back to Autofocus, the automobile show. We start this edition of your electronic magazine with a review of one of the latest automobile models from Kia. The Seltos was among top sellers for Kia Philippines, right until the time the COVID-19 pandemic shut down the economy. Now that dealerships are allowed to reopen and sales operations to resume, Kia has high hopes the Seltos will continue to do well in a very crowded market for subcompact crossovers. CarView takes a look at the top-of-the-line 2020 Kia Seltos 2.0 SX Automatic.
Near the end of 2019, Kia Philippines rolled the Seltos, a subcompact crossover, to complete its local lineup of offerings at an even 10 models. At 4,370mm long, 1,800mm wide, and 1,600mm tall, or 1,615mm with roof rails installed. The Seltos sits among the bigger range of crossovers in the local market. The Seltos clears the ground by a good 170mm and has a 2,630mm long wheelbase. It arrived locally with 2-liter inline 4-cylinder gasoline engine with double overhead cam and DC VVT or dual continuous variable valve timing technology. This Seltos engine generates 149 horsepower at 6,200 revolutions per minute and 179 Newton-meters of torque at 4,500 RPM. Power and torque are transmitted to the front wheels by what Kia calls the Intelligent Variable Transmission. The suspension system features McPherson struts with stabilizer in front and a coupled torsion beam axle in the rear. The brake system uses discs on all four wheels. The size and power of the Seltos was among Kia's main reasons for bringing it into an already crowded crossover and sport utility vehicle market.
What's beautiful about the Seltos is that it's one of the bigger ones because it's right in the middle of that wide range from the entry level to the 7-seaters. But across that range, it has the best power output. It's a 2-liter gas engine. So that's what makes it very viable and attractive. Plus, of course, the design, which is, I would say, timeless. It doesn't age. It will be a design that will appeal to a wide range of buyers. Whether you are athletic or executive type, it can appeal to that kind of a buyer.
Kia has built a reputation for designing vehicles that look both timeless and edgy, a difficult concept to achieve. But Kia believes it has achieved that with the Seltos. To make the Seltos stand out even more, Kia added exterior features that elevates the subcompact crossover to premium SUV levels. This is especially true in the Kia Seltos 2.0 SX Automatic. The SX gets projector-type LED headlamps, LED daytime running lights, LED front fog lamps, LED rear combination lamps, black and silver molding on grille, turn light indicators on side view mirrors, and roof rails. The SX also comes standard with auto light control, fin-type antenna, satin finish on beltline molding, rear window defogger, rear spoiler with LED high-mount stop lamp, and 215 by 55 R17 tires mounted on 17-inch alloy rims. Kia believes the Seltos is perfectly sized for Asians, Filipinos included.
The Seltos is really designed for Asian drivers. So if you look at the size, it's perfect for the Filipino driver. And when you buy a car, you usually look for a lot of the visuals. That's a main driver for the purchase, but also for a lot of the elements that you don't see. For example, comfort, ride, practicality, reliability, all of these. And the Seltos carries most of these drivers for the purchase.
Add convenience to comfort, ride, and practicality, making the Seltos even more attractive to buyers. One enters the Seltos SX using a smart entry complementing the central door lock system. The push start button illuminates. Welcoming you into the roomy interiors are well-cushioned seats upholstered in leatherette and cloth trim. The console box also comes with sliding armrest. The second row seats splits 60-40 and folds flat and reclines. Folding the seats increases the already substantial 433-liter cargo capacity. The Seltos also comes standard with twin front cup holders, bottle holders on all four doors, two 12-volt power outlets, and power windows. The standard instrument panel features speedometer, tachometer, and 3.5-inch LCD display. The Seltos SX comes with largish 3-spoke leather-upholstered steering wheel that tilts and telescopes, and features controls for audio, Bluetooth, and cruise control. The SX gear shift knob is also wrapped in leather. Standard in all Seltos sold in the Philippines is an infotainment system that features an 8-inch touchscreen that plays AM and FM radio, MP3 through 6 speakers. It has a USB port and is compatible with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The SX get rear sensors added to a rear camera display with rear view driving function. The SX also comes with single zone automatic air conditioning system. The Seltos also does not lack for safety features. Standard in all Seltos variants are driver and front passenger airbags, anti-lock brakes, 3-point ELR seatbelts with pretensioners for 4 passengers, plus 2-point seatbelts for the rear middle seat passenger, ISOFIX child seat anchors, child locks, and anti-theft system. The SX gets additional side and curtain airbags, electronic stability control, downhill brake control, hill start assist control, as well as engine immobilizer. Kia is confident that the Seltos, especially the SX variant, meets all the needs and wants of its target market.
It's targeted for the upcoming executives and those with a very active lifestyle. Its design allows for flexibility, whether you are going to your place of work during the weekday and then moving out of town, or even driving around the metropolis on a weekend with yourself alone or with family. So that flexibility is there.
Kia sold more than 300 Seltos units in just a little over 2 months after its local debut late last year. It expects to sell more as the community quarantine restrictions eases. The latest auto industry news and developments right after this break.
The Mitsubishi Mirage. What do we go for? We go for experience. We go for excitement. We go for sport. We go for style. We go for fun. We go for the new Toyota Wigo.
Welcome back to Autofocus. We now have the latest auto industry news.
Isuzu Pagadian is now open for business. Located at a rising commercial location in Barangay Tiguma in Pagadian City, Isuzu Pagadian serves as a satellite branch of Isuzu Butuan. Isuzu Pagadian showcases the new global Isuzu outlet standardization concept and features a 4-vehicle showroom, 7 service bays, 5 for light commercial vehicles, and 2 for commercial vehicles, a wash bay, a wheel alignment facility, and 5 slots for body repair and paintworks, all in a modern-looking facility boasting a 3,871 square meter floor space. Isuzu said the latest local dealership to adopt the iOS concept expresses Isuzu's new brand identity, but which still maintain its long-standing reputation for durable and reliable products. The iOS concept will also ensure a more seamless automotive retail experience for both customers and dealership personnel, added Isuzu. The addition of a new Isuzu dealership in our rapidly expanding network is a strong testament to the growing preference for the Isuzu brand as we continue to widen our reach to customers in Region 9. This is another major milestone that we share with our new dealer partner Northmin Automotive Dealership Incorporated, and we look forward to serving our customers in this area with the Isuzu Pagadian, said IPC President Hajime Koso at the Zoom press conference. At the same conference, Isuzu Pagadian General Manager George Onchua said, "With the establishment of Isuzu Pagadian that is of world-class standards, we are very confident that the good reputation of the Isuzu brand in the region will be extended to its dealership services." Pagadian is one of the most industrialized and business-savvy cities in Mindanao, and we're very optimistic that people and businesses in this side of the Zamboanga Peninsula will come to us to provide them with Isuzu products and services. Toyota Motor Philippines is celebrating another year of being the country's most preferred automotive brand. The celebration may be muted somewhat amid the COVID-19 pandemic, but it may be one of the most significant celebrations yet. In its 32nd year of doing business in the Philippines, TMP faces the challenge of not only maintaining its status as the #1 seller of vehicles in the country, but also of helping the country's economy overcome the pandemic and keeping thousands of its own team members, as well as those working in its supply chain, employed. In a message to all team members, Alfred T., TMP chairman, said, "In our over 30-year history, we have faced many challenges, but this is by far the most challenging we have seen. Of one thing I am sure, this will be our finest moment. We will draw on our collective strength to support the government in its recovery efforts, and we will assure our customers and each one in our Toyota family that we will stand by each other every step of the way." In perhaps one of the biggest virtual assemblies ever, TMP President Atsuhiro Okamoto said, "Other countries have shown that this virus can be controlled. We will get there too if we continue our adherence to the necessary health protocols. We will win this battle." Toyota has much to celebrate in over 3 decades of operations in the Philippines. 18 consecutive years of Triple Crowns, tops in passenger car, commercial vehicle, and overall sales. The most preferred brand in all but 3 of its 32 years. Putting over 1.78 million Toyotas on Philippine roads. Assembling over 880,000 vehicles at its plant. Providing livelihood to some 55,000 Filipinos across its supply chain. Land Rover has rolled out the new Defender. In a simultaneous launch streamlined to 12 countries in Asia, the new Defender was unveiled in a program hosted by renowned adventurer Roz that traced the history of Land Rover and the Defender as it evolved to meet changing times and new challenges. Massimo Frasella, creative director at Land Rover Design, told the story of how the Defender evolved over time and explained the whys of the totally new, albeit still familiar and unmistakable look of the Defender for the 21st century. Nick Rogers, Land Rover Product Engineering Executive Director, then extolled the advanced capabilities of the all-terrain vehicle for the digital age, including the ability to interact with people in 20 different languages. The new Defender is looking to conquer the premium all-terrain vehicle markets in the Philippines, Singapore, Indonesia, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, Hong Kong, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Brunei, and Mongolia. The Nissan 370Z has finally, make that officially, reached our shores. Nissan Philippines has brought in its iconic 2-door, 2-seater sports car powered by 3.7-liter V6 engine capable of generating 332 horsepower and 363 Nm of torque to drive the rear wheels. The Nissan 370Z will provide a truly authentic Japanese sports car experience to local car enthusiasts, according to Nissan Philippines President and Managing Director. Nissan is bringing in 2 variants. One, is the 370Z Premium that comes with the bi-xenon HID projector headlamps, LED daytime running lights, 19-inch forged alloy wheels by Rays, dual exhaust outlets, and a sleek rear spoiler. The second is the 370Z Nismo, which comes with Nismo designed kits and performance parts, including, among others, front and rear bumpers, side sills, rear spoiler and door, 19-inch forged alloy wheels by Rays with twin 5-spoke design, and a charcoal gray machine finish. Nismo performance parts bump up horsepower in the 370Z engine up to 344 PS and 371 Nm of torque. The Nissan 370Z Premium will be available in both a 6-speed manual transmission and 7-speed automatic transmission, priced at 2,779,000 pesos and 2,879,000 pesos respectively, and the Nissan 370Z Nismo priced at 3,888,000 pesos in select dealerships nationwide.
Those are the latest news and developments in the automotive industry. We shall take another short break. Stay with us. I'll be right back.
What do we go for? We go for experience. We go for excitement. We go for sport. We go for style. We go for fun. We go for the new Toyota WeGo.
Be part of the 2020-2021 Autofocus People's Choice Awards, the only nationwide poll to determine the country's most popular car brands and models. It's easy. Log on, then vote for as many as 5 different models that you believe should become the 2020-2021 Autofocus Automobile of the Year in separate standard and premium luxury categories. Vote every day until September 30, 2020. The Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Who will win? You choose, you decide. Vote now.
Welcome back to this edition of Autofocus, the country's premier automobile TV and online magazine. Here's our feature-to-feature comparison of the latest automobile models belonging to the same category on head-to-head. Auto industry observers have been noting a rise in the popularity of crossovers all over the world, defining crossovers as bulked-up station wagons and hatchbacks masquerading as SUVs, but with more car-like handling and characteristics than off-road capabilities. They say that crossovers now make up 40% of the global vehicle sales. That may or may not be true in the local market, but it cannot be denied that the crossover segment is among the most crowded and competitive. 2 crossovers, the Geely Coolray and the MG ZS, are among the newer kids on the block stealing the thunder, so to speak, from the older boys. Head-to-head pits the Geely Coolray 1.5 Sport Turbo versus the MG ZS Alpha.
The Geely Coolray and the MG ZS have done relatively well with sales after authorities began easing community quarantine restrictions. Geely claims campy sale numbers showed the Coolray was the top-selling 5-seater crossover in the month of June. Meanwhile, MG Philippines reports the MG ZS is leading the brand's sales drive, accounting for more than 50% of total company sales for the first half of the year. Both appear to appeal to the automotive sensibilities of Filipinos. Let's pit their top-end variants, the Geely Coolray 1.5 Sport Turbo versus the MG ZS Automatic Alpha, in a spec-to-spec comparo to understand what appealed to local buyers. The Geely Coolray 1.5 Sport Turbo is 4,330mm long, 1,795mm wide, and 1,609mm at its highest point. It sits 196mm above the ground and has a 2,600mm wheelbase, cookie-cutter dimensions for a subcompact crossover. This Coolray's exterior features much of what are expected in all decent crossovers and more. A distinctive grille design which it fancily describes as an expanding cosmos. An equally distinctive headlamp design with LED projector and daytime running lights. LED fog lamps in the Fox side air ducts. Dual-color 17-inch rims with turbine-inspired design. The top-of-line Coolray comes with panoramic sunroof and two-tone body. The MG ZS Automatic Alpha presents more like an SUV than crossover. Shorter than the Coolray at 4,314mm long, wider at 1,809mm, and taller at 1,648mm. The MG ZS also has a shorter wheelbase at 2,585mm. While the Coolray favors an angular and edgier look, the MG ZS seems to prefer subtler lines or softer curves. It also likes fancy names for designs. Stardust for the grille with the large MG badge. London Eye for the headlamp design featuring projector halogen lamps with rounded LED daytime running light. Polaris design for the taillights. Among other exterior features are matte silver front skid plate, front and rear fog lamps with chrome molding, roof-mounted shark fin antenna, matte silver roof rails, trimmed cum trims on rear bumper. This MG ZS variant comes with 215x50 R17 tires, wrapped around 17-inch two-tone alloy wheels. It also boasts a panoramic sunroof that it also calls the Stargazer sunroof in brochure. Underneath the hood of the Coolray is a G-Power 1.5-liter turbocharged gasoline engine with dual VVT technology. This engine produces a maximum 177 horsepower at 5,500 revolutions per minute and 255 Nm of torque at 1,500 to 4,000 RPM. The engine drives the front wheels via a 7-speed wet dual-clutch transmission. The Coolray also comes with all-wheel disc brakes and an electronic parking brake. The suspension system features McPherson struts in front and torsion beams in the rear. The MG ZS is powered by a 1.5-liter inline-4 cylinder gasoline engine with 16 valves, double overhead cam, and DVVT technology, plus multi-port fuel injection. The engine generates a maximum 114 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 115 Nm of torque at 4,500 RPM. Power is sent to the front wheels via 4-speed automatic transmission with manual Tiptronic function. The brake system uses ventilated discs in front and solid discs in the rear. The suspension system features McPherson struts in front and torsion beams in the rear. The Coolray 1.5 Sport Turbo is one of the earliest crossovers to feature smart entry and push start. Living up to its sport moniker, the top-of-line Coolray sports leather upholstered seats and trim, lots of satin chrome details and sporty touches, like the jet throttled inspired shifter. The Coolray Sport also features a customizable 7-inch LCD instrument panel, large flat bottom steering wheel with electronic power steering column and controls for, among others, audio, hands-free phone, and cruise control. The Coolray comes with a 10.25-inch floating infotainment panel with Geely's GKUI smart ecosystem that integrates onboard entertainment, connectivity, and vehicle management while allowing drivers to interact with car via voice commands. The MG ZS Alpha interior liberally uses MG leather style upholstery for seats and trim. This includes the multi-function steering wheel with remote audio and info center controls. The instrument cluster, AC vents, and dashboard trim are done in matte silver. The center stack and console trim are done in Fox carbon fiber. Shift lever features chrome trim. Comfort and convenience features include side view mirrors, push-button engine start and stop, 12-volt accessory outlet, electronic climate control, cruise control, dual cup holders in center console, and twin USB ports. The infotainment system comes with an 8-inch LCD touchscreen display with Bluetooth, multimedia play, Apple CarPlay, and 6 speakers with 3D sound effect. The Coolray benefits from Geely's G-Safety that features passive and active systems that protect vehicle occupants and pedestrians alike. Aside from the mandated seatbelts for all 5 occupants, other features include blind post detection, 360-degree panoramic video, electronic stability control system, a tire pressure monitoring system, electronic parking brake and auto hold, dual front and side airbags. The MG ZS Alpha does not lag behind rivals in class when it comes to safety and security. Aside from the 3-point ELR safety seatbelts for all 5 occupants, it comes with front dual airbags, side and curtain airbags. Active safety systems include anti-lock braking system, electronic brake force distribution, cornering brake control, electronic stability program, hill hold control, traction control system, vehicle dynamic control, and tire pressure monitoring system. The top-of-line MG also gets a reversing camera and rear parking sensor.
While looks, design, and brand reputation can be subjective, the amount and kind of comfort and convenience, safety and security features are not. So it should pay to see how much bang you get for your buck.
Be it fine dining, a romantic garden wedding, a relaxed casual meal, or an important business event, Ilustrado is the place to go. Aside from its famed paella, the Ilustrado restaurant, which is located within the history-laden walled city of Intramuros, is also the favorite destination of food gourmands for its famous callos and lengua and other classic gustatory offerings. Ilustrado restaurant, only for the foodies.
The Mitsubishi Mirage. What do we go for? We go for experience. We go for excitement. We go for sport. We go for style. We go for fun. We go for the new Toyota Wigo.
Welcome back to Autofocus, the country's premier automobile news and features electronic magazine. Our special feature is next. We are in difficult times. There is no going around it. Most expect the economy to turn for worse before it gets better. But there should be no giving up. Survive the COVID-19 pandemic as best as one can and prepare for the economic upturn, which many say is inevitable. Just as Isuzu Davao is doing, breaking ground for the country's first local Isuzu dealership to adapt the new template of Isuzu dealerships worldwide.
A new Isuzu dealership is rising in Davao. It is rising on the very ground where parts of the old dealership is being demolished. Building the new over the old. It may be an apt metaphor for these difficult times when the COVID-19 pandemic is changing how much of the world is doing business, how people socialize, how to adapt to the new normal. Southern Motors of Davao Incorporated, or SMDI, has a history of distributing and servicing vehicles for 3 generations of families and businesses in Davao, the city, and the region, and it plans to continue to do for generations to come. This plan rests on the new showroom and service center, adopting the new Isuzu Outlet Standardization, or iOS concept, that it is erecting on the same expansive lot along MacArthur Highway in Matina, Davao, where Isuzu Davao has long been standing. Groundbreaking rites for the more modern dealership were held recently in a ceremony attended by top executives of Isuzu Philippines Corporation and SMDI. At the same time, blessing rites were held for the temporary offices of Isuzu Davao while the iOS compliant showroom and service center are being built.
As we break this ground today, we will lay a stronger foundation that could last another 70 years or more. Earlier today, we witnessed the blessing of a temporary office structure. Rest assured, we will have a system of movement that will not be disruptive to our day-to-day operations. To our dear customers, we can't thank you enough for patronizing Powder Motors. We will have a bigger showroom for our vehicle lineup and a spacious and comfortable customer lounge where you can stay while your vehicle is being serviced. To Isuzu Philippines Corporation, headed by its president, Mr. Hajime Toso, thank you very much for your untiring support to this project.
Isuzu says what will rise over the demolished remains of the old Isuzu Davao dealership will be a modern structure which manifests the Japanese truck maker's role in the global and Philippine automotive industry in the decades to come. Industrial-style elements, expanded metal mesh between long red bands, will express Isuzu's reputation for durable and reliable products. A minimalist interior will provide a spacious and organized area for both patrons and Isuzu team members. The layout is designed to cater to customers' needs and their convenience, while also ensuring productivity in both sales and service operations.
As our company aims for utmost customer success, the new Isuzu Outlet Standard, or iOS, is aligned with Isuzu Global Dealership Standard that gives importance to not just to sales side, but the overall customer journey, starting from their inquiry, sales, after-sales service, and their continuously return to our showroom. The new outlet standard will enable us to provide customer support in every step of the way. Isuzu Davao's management, considering the ongoing pandemic. But we are very thankful to Mr. Hoxton Liu for leading companies toward a new era for Isuzu Davao.
Many in the auto industry are now implementing new ways of doing business, adapting operations and marketing strategies and sales processes to meet health and safety protocols under community quarantine guidelines. Most like Isuzu are also pushing through or restarting plans and programs for growth postponed or suspended by the lockdowns.
Be part of the 2020-2021 Autofocus People's Choice Awards, the only nationwide poll to determine the country's most popular car brands and models. It's easy. Log on, then vote for as many as 5 different models that you believe should become the 2020-2021 Autofocus Automobile of the Year in separate standard and premium luxury categories. Vote every day until September 30, 2020. The Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Who will win? You choose, you decide. Vote now.
Mitsubishi Strada Athlete. Unleash the athlete.
Drive your ambition. Mitsubishi Motors.
Motul is the most trusted motor oil of the top teams competing in some of the world's most grueling race competitions: the WRC, the WTCC, and the Japan GT. Motul is the only 100% fully synthetic motor oil in the market. It has antioxidant properties that prevent premature thickening and aging due to thermal stress and guarantees total engine protection. For more information about Motul engine oils, visit www.motul.com.ph.
Welcome back. We have more cars for you to know and appreciate as we have our second car review this week. In this second car review, we are looking at the sportier version of the Chevrolet Trailblazer, the latest iteration of the nameplate.
Let's kickstart our feature with the exterior of the Trailblazer. Right off the bat, you can already tell that it's sportier than its predecessor. For one, there are more angular lines present in the latest iteration, while retaining its strong proportions. Its dual-port front grille, bumper and lamps that now come with daytime running lights give the midsize SUV its sophisticated exterior. In addition, the ground clearance of 253 millimeters provides a tall stance. Top it all off with a set of 18-inch gunmetal wheels, and the Trailblazer is ready to power through the road. It's time to step inside the SUV. You'll find a freshly designed dashboard inside the Trailblazer. Aside from that, the SUV offers generous space for 7 people to sit comfortably. Chevrolet also takes pride in its theater-style seating, premium leather seats with accent stitching, as well as an electronic adjustable driver's seat for personalized comfort. The second and third row fold flat, which makes loading additional cargo easier. Cooling in the cabin is manual air conditioning or automatic climate control for the top-of-the-line variant. When it comes to technology, the Trailblazer is equipped with the Chevrolet MyLink that comes available with phone integration that keeps you connected and in control through a 7-inch touchscreen display. With Siri Eyes Free, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Bluetooth, and USB connectivity are also available. It's time to check out the powertrain of the Trailblazer. Under the hood of the Trailblazer is a powerful 2.8-liter Duramax turbo diesel engine that is capable of producing 200 horsepower and 500 Nm of torque. The 6-speed automatic transmission transfers all powers to rear wheels. When it comes to safety and security, the Trailblazer is equipped with anti-lock braking system with electronic brake force distribution, immobilizer, security alarm, lane departure warning system, blind spot detection system, and ISOFIX, among others.
That was all about the Chevrolet Trailblazer Phoenix, a mid-size SUV that has leveled up its game in the competition. Know more about your car and how to take care of it here on Autopedia.
Hi, this is Sydney, and today we're going to talk about the dreaded check engine light. What it is, what it means, and why you should not freak out. So you're driving normally, minding your own business, and then suddenly, BAM! The yellow light of death comes out, the dreaded check engine light. You start freaking out, don't know what to do. You start the car, you stop the car, you turn it on, and it's still there. Oh no, it's the end of the world, something's wrong with my car, my engine is busted. Relax. It's none of those things. Quite simply put, a check engine light simply means that one of the various sensors in the engine senses that something is wrong or is reading wrong. Almost all the sensors in the car measure voltage, is in electricity. It reads anywhere from 0 to 5 volts. And if that sensor is calibrated to read, say, only from 1.5 to 4 volts, then for some unknown reason, it becomes 4.1 volts, then the check engine light will come out. That's all it means. One of the sensors reads something wrong. Now, whether it reads something wrong because of a glitch or temporary condition, or because the sensor is failing, that you will have to find out. And no, you cannot find it out by going on Facebook. You cannot find out going on the internet asking, may check engine ako, ano yung problema? You ask 10 different people, you will get 100 different answers, and none of them will be correct. Especially the people say, oh, nagkaroon na ako niyan, ito yung problema niyan. No, they are wrong. Do not believe them. Because there are 999 possibilities why that light comes out. The only way for you to find out what that means is if you either, one, have a scanner like this, or you bring it to the casa or the dealership and you have a bigger scanner like this. So now we'll show you what happens when you actually do bring your car in for scanning. First, we'll take the regular shop grade scanner that we have here. This reads pretty fast. All scanners will actually have this port. It's a trapezoidal port. It's called an OBD port, or onboard diagnostic port. Every car has this port, and it's always located somewhere here. It's standard that all car manufacturers agree to. So this will work for any car. This will tell you what the check engine means. There's always an error code that starts with the letter P followed by 3 numbers. You can actually type that into Google and then it will pretty much tell you what it means. So for this Honda City, we actually have a check engine and we're gonna plug this in right now. So we have it plugged in. It's actually here on the corner. We turn the engine on, not start. And we wait for it to fire up because it was now gonna talk to the engine ECU and pull out the error code and see what it means. This is what we mean by the error code. It starts with the letter P followed by 3 numbers. On our particular scanner, it actually tells you what component is the problem. So this one here is mass or volume airflow circuit low. It might be an intermittent lean condition, it might be an intermittent voltage condition, or it might be that your mass airflow sensor is over 10 years old and it's dead and it's dying. At least it narrows it down to any of the 999 possibilities, because it could either be mass airflow sensor, misfire, crank sensor, ABS, oxygen sensor 1, oxygen sensor 2, fuel tank evaporation sensor. The list goes on and on and on. So without this, you won't be able to say for certainty what is wrong with the engine, or actually what sensor and what component is wrong with the engine without this. The first thing that shops will do is, oh, that's it? Okay, we just hit erase. So we performed the scan test again. As you can see, the message says no powertrain trouble codes. There's no more. 9 out of 10 times this will work, and check engine is gone. So we unplug the scanner and then that's it. You can go on your merry way. But the bigger question is, will that check engine light return? Possibly yes. Like I said, it's caused by one of the sensors not reading correctly. So why it didn't read correctly, we can only speculate, but the 2 most common reasons are, 1, external factors, something just goes wrong. Electronics do that sometimes. Or it might be a symptom of that particular sensor is on its way to being dead. So it reads wrong now, it reads fine. In the future, it might read wrong again. If it gets too severe, and if you do the erase procedure and it does not erase, that means that the sensor is busted and it's time for replacement. Now, what causes check engine lights? Oftentimes you'll read on the internet and the groups, masama langis mo. No, that doesn't work. Masama yung gasolina mo. Possibly, yes. Because there is such an engine code called cylinder misfire detected. That is caused by bad batch of gas. Whether your 98 octane is not really 98 or may tubig sa gasolina, you don't know. Can it be caused by faulty spark plugs? Yes, it can also. Can it be caused by me not using the car for 3 years? Possible, because that particular sensor could be busted and rusted. Particularly, let's say, crankshaft position sensors. These things have a magnet inside them. And the engine gets hot, it gets cold, gets hot, gets cold. The magnet eventually becomes less magnetic. That will also cause a check engine. So like I said, you cannot find out for certain without one of these things. Now, actually, if you go to Lazada, you just type OBD scanner, you will find a lot for 400 bucks, 700 bucks, 900 bucks. You can actually just buy one of those and it will work on your car, just for you to be able to narrow it down. And if you do bring your car to the shop, make sure that once you scan it, you take a picture of this, show it to the shop, so they won't be punching in the dark and asking a lot of questions and basically guessing why. That will be a big help. And if the check engine light doesn't go away, and then if there's something wrong, you really need one of these things. Professional level vehicle diagnostic scanner. This you cannot buy in Lazada anymore. There you have it. Why you should not freak out if your car suddenly has a check engine light. It's not the end of the world. So hopefully now you understand a little bit more better on why it happens and how to get rid of it.
That's our feature on Autopedia this week. Taking care of your ride has been made easier. And that's Autofocus this week. We hope you have found this edition of your Automobile Electronic magazine informative as well as entertaining. You can also check us out on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. On behalf of my dad, Butch Gamboa, this has been your host, Ray Louie Gamboa. Please stay safe and healthy.